Welcome to another episode of That Arrow Show. Tonight's episode, Elseworlds Part 2.
Dos.
We're going to get into the good, we're going to get into the bad, and we're going to get into the lore.
Basura.
Alright, so on tonight's episode of Arrow, we are in Part 2 of the Elseworlds DC crossover. And shit got wild. Guest stars galore. Barry and Oliver's bodies are still switched. Woo-wee. So let's get into it. First, the good.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody shut the fuck up. Shh. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay. So the Flash came in from another universe. He looks at John Diggle and says, "John, where's your rate?" He's the great goddamn letter. Look at me. Look, I called this. His surname is Stewart. You look at me. You look at me.
You done?
No, you look at me. Oh my God. This made the episode. I don't care what the fuck happened later. Like, I was literally about to shit on this whole episode. When they said that I have to wash
my good for this episode is all of the references. There's stuff that you guys probably don't even know was there. Let me explain. We'll get into quality of those references later, but all the references that we got. First off, we got
World's Finest.
World's Finest. Take that as you will. Second off, for as limited as the Batman stuff that they gave us, we literally got references to and quote unquote appearances to Mr. Freeze and his wife. See Victor Freeze. The gun references. Penguin. We got the fear gas.
We got references to Doctor Strange, Dr. Hugo Strange.
Yeah, Dr. Hugo Strange. We got the guy with the gold mask was Psycho Pirate, which lets you know that was the biggest clue of what this crossover is trying to do.
As they were going past jails, there was a poem written in there that looked like the etchings of the Calendar Man. We got so many references.
Bane's mask.
Yeah, we got Bane's mask too. We got all those Batman references. I'll even say this: the end of the episode when we get evil Superman. You can take that a number of ways. You can take that as Justice Lord Superman, or in the 90s Superman cartoon, there was an episode where he went to an alternate reality and there was an all-black Superman and him and Lex Luthor was Trump tight and he was ruling over the city with the iron fist.
We got references to Crisis. We got, and whether you realize it or not, the Oliver Barry body swap is pretty much the same thing when Batman and Superman switch bodies.
And also too, if the fight that they had when they saw Wells and Merlin and it turned out they were fighting each other, that is literally a direct reference to an episode of Justice League where Superman and Wonder Woman picked up an artifact. It messed with their brains and they each saw a monster that they were trying to fight, but it turns out they were fighting each other.
And the last thing is apparently the anti-monitor is on the way?
Yeah, it has to be with the references to Psycho Pirate, with the fact that the Monitor mentioned that he's been going around to all the different universes looking for people who's even up to the challenge to fuck with Anti-Monitor. They are doing Crisis on Infinite Earths, or at least their version of it. One more reference too. DC has this thing about Flash's sending garbled messages through a portal.
No, it's just
get the bug. The fight between Diggle and all the Arkham Breakout inmates, I like. All right. So with that said, I know we threw out a lot of goods, But
That was like too good.
it was a lot and those too good. But we got a hell of a lot of bad. So let's get into it. So my bad. This was boring. It slogged on for way too long, talking about bullshit I don't care about. It was stupid. I'm sorry. This confirmed to me that these crossovers just aren't for me. And they follow a formula. These crossovers have been following a formula that I detest. And it really messes with if you're trying to watch these shows separately. Like, it really fucks with that. Prime example. Okay, so they're aware of the fact that... So they make references to the fact that Oliver and Felicity are on the outs or whatever. Mm-hmm. So this happened after the previous Arrow episode that came on. Mm-hmm. So what happened with the Diaz shit?
It's just on pause for now.
But see, that's the thing. Why are some things on pause and other things we can just freely whatever? Like,
I get what you're saying. Like, Nora's not there.
Yeah.
Wasn't there on the Flash episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's like things from the shows just take a break, take a back seat, and just don't even act like they even exist when the crossovers happen. Mm-hmm. So my bad will have to be...
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So,
okay.
Let's unpack that.
I like the Batman references because whatever, but the fact that they finally go to the source of what they've been jacking off for the entire Arrow show, and I just hated how they've been using Batman as this tug to pull on.
But see, that's my thing. You knew they weren't going to do that. Here's the thing, and I said this off camera, so it's about time that I said it on camera. People, two things. You're never going to see a live action Batman on TV ever again after Adam West. It's just not going to happen. And you're never going to see someone that isn't an A-list actor play Batman. It's just not going to happen. And with people talk about how weird Marvel's movie rights are, DC's TV and movie rights are even worse. They went to the police station and you didn't see Commissioner Gordon,
Montoya.
You didn't see Montoya, you didn't see anyone from the police.
All you got was the Alfred name drop.
The fact that we got all the references in Arkham actually shocked me because I didn't think they were going to do it. Well, when all you got to do is write a name on a door, you're not really doing much. Not to mention, y'all tripping over that. Like, they literally had a full random woman a few seasons back with her back turned dressed as Harley.
My bad has to be, for all the hype that we got over Batwoman, she really didn't do that much.
Well,
not much.
No. But that's another thing, too. I knew going into this, we weren't going to see Batwoman until halfway through the episode. And fuck, we only got her towards the end. And she probably won't be on part 3. That was it. This episode was just
special appearance.
A special appearance.
If
they don't put her on part 3, then honestly, this was a waste of a fucking crossover to me.
Yeah, she broke up Barry and Oliver's fight by just punching them.
Which that's not how fear.
No, it was more like she got in their way horizontally. Like that looked clumsy.
And that's not even how fear gas works. I mean, if she came in and you know, use whatever solution that Batman normally carries to stop fear gas.
There was a lot of things about that
even piggybacking off that, the Killer Frost versus Nora Freeze was just dumb.
Like, is Killer Frost useful or not? I'm getting very confused.
Well, that was another one of my bads because, like, look, I realize that the shows are called Supergirl, Arrow, and The Flash, but what's the point of having all these other heroes on your shows if, 1, you're not going to use them, or 2, you make them look inferior?
Or you handicap them with stupidity.
Yeah, I think Caitlyn being taken down by a cold gun in Killer Frost form is probably the dumbest shit I've seen yet. And then, as it was discussed with Felicity and Caitlin, she was talking about how Oliver didn't want to tell you about the body switch because when we was over in Central City and they told us, we locked them up in a fucking cell. But like Diggle and Mr. Terrific, they were on board.
So as Felicity found out, she was like, okay.
Yeah, and Felicity,
because they cater more.
She was more shocked, but it was more like, we've seen this kind of shit before. Why didn't you say anything?
Exactly. It wasn't even about the body switch. It was the fact that you didn't say anything. But that brings me to another bad, which is the constant inconsistencies throughout this episode.
So, are you the Flash? Are you not the Flash?
Do you have Barry's memories, or do you have Oliver's memories?
Do you have his skills, or do you have his skills?
And the thing that like that fight when they were fighting each other didn't even make sense. I was like,
why are you seeing Thawne when you don't even register with Thawne?
And then you're fighting a speedster as if you fought one before, but a speedster fighting is different than a regular person.
How does the fight logic match up? Because if I'm Barry in Oliver's body and I'm seeing Merlin, and Merlin is supposed to be Oliver and Barry. The shit's confusing.
No,
Basically, if he's going to, if my mind is making me think he's fighting like Merlin, it doesn't match up because he's fighting me at super speed.
No, exactly. Exactly. When have you ever seen Barry stay in one spot and fight? It's going all over the goddamn place.
Mm-hmm.
But for this scene, he had to be in the middle of the room, throwing bows, doing kung fu moves we never seen him do.
Because it was Oliver doing it.
Whatever, shut up.
It's inconsistent.
I don't think
You're never gonna see the real.
We're never gonna see the Riddler. You're gonna get an offshoot. Like,
I'm shocked that they didn't refer to Bruce Wayne as Woo's Brain. Like, I'm really shocked that didn't happen. All right, it is now time for the laurels.
So you get an immortal God book,
You're just gonna jump right in.
and the only thing you can do is switch Barry and Oliver.
No, I'm testifying.
That was your harebrained scheme.
And why
You work in a dirty shit dungeon, and that's your dream job?
he was an inmate.
Yeah, he switched himself from being an inmate to being the Arkham Doctor.
And the thing that gets me is, like, this is the max creativity you got. But piggybacking off that, when he runs away after throwing that little diversion, Oliver, the now speedster, lets him run away.
He ran around a corner.
Listen to me.
This is weakness.
Wait. We've seen the Flash check the entire city and the time it takes to make ramen noodles. But this motherfucker he didn't even run around the corner. He ran down the stairs.
He has to get used to the speed. Did you see the scene where he overshot the roof? He's still figuring this shit out.
I had to catch. I almost choked you when you said that.
It's my laurel. Yeah, we got all the names and references on the Arkham doors. Guggenheim. That was cute.
Not really.
I'm giving you a retroactive laugh.
So I got a laurel. So, we get John Wesley Shipp playing Barry Allen again, which that's not a laurel.
No.
The laurel is y'all had the budget to get his suit and like cut it out, make him look like a superhero, and Stephen Amell in the Flash costume looked like a 6-year-old in a onesie.
This motherfucker looked like he went to Walmart, went to aisle 5 off the rack,
and got a medium onesie, small medium.
Like, how does a Flash suit make you look fat when we know that he's fit?
Like, he looked like he's skinny fat.
Like he just had 3 beers before he went on set.
Exactly. Like, why couldn't you have made his suit look like
John Wesley Shipp?
Exactly. Like,
speaking of John Wesley Shipp, all this hype, all this at the end of every episode, he running away from the anti-monitor, and he on screen for 2 seconds. He literally died. Like, I coughed and he was dead. I was like, what the hell happened?
all right.
So that's it for another episode of That Arrow Show. Woo, this was a roller coaster this week.
Week's not over yet.
Nope.
Fuck.
Be back tomorrow where we review Supergirl and the final part of this.
Which would be probably the first time any of us have watched the
Yeah,
damn show.
we've never reviewed Supergirl ever.
But like and subscribe, look around, and until tomorrow.
Look around for what?
God help us all.